Hello, students. So this is the day after election, Wednesday, page 34, okay? I think we briefly went over this problem in class, but we'll complete it. We didn't go over it through the whole thing, but we're going to complete it today. So page 34, book 2, okay? So when mobile cell phones became popular around the year 2000, people had to purchase a text messaging plan. Back then, a company offered two text messaging plans that customers could choose from. Plan A charged a monthly fee $5 per 10 cents per text. Plan B charges a monthly fee of $10 plus 5 cents per text. So let A of T be the cost of Plan A if T texts are used. Write the symbolic representation of A of T. Okay, I think we went over this in class, but let's just go over it again. So A of T equals 0.10 T plus 5. 5 would be a y-intercept. Because since it's incremental of 10 cents per text, that is your slope. Okay. How about B? B of T is the cost of Plan B if T texts are used. Write the symbolic function of B of T. Okay, here's the B, Plan B. Just look at that. Similarly, as in Plan A of T, function A of T, so your slope would be 0.05 T. Your monthly fee, your y-intercept, where you start, is $10. Okay. C. In the text of the given situation, explain what inequality, sorry about that, can you see that? A of T is less than B of T is really asking. Let's read that again. Okay. Anytime you get a question about reading, just read it again until you clarify in your mind what is actually asking. In the context of the given situation, which is this over here, explain what inequality A of T is less than B of T is really asking. What the inequality is really asking. What is that? When A of T is less than B of T. So it's really asking how many text messages can be sent so that Plan A is still cheaper than Plan B. Let's just write that down. How many text messages can be sent so that Plan A is cheaper than Plan B. Okay. That's all it's asking. Okay, let's go on to the next page, part D. It says here, set up and solve the inequality A of T is less than B of T using the functions you created above in 2a and 2b. So this is your 2a, this is your 2b, okay? Set up an inequality a of t such that a of t is less than b of t. Okay, let's do that. We're just going to substitute the values of a of t and b of t into this inequality right here. Okay, see that? So a of t over here is point t, 0.10t plus 5 is less than b of t, which is 0.05t plus 10. Okay, that looks correct to me. Oh, sorry, didn't see it over there when I was writing it. Let's double check. 0.10t plus 5 is less than 0.05t plus 10. Now let's solve for t. How do we do that? Okay. If I minus 0.05t to both sides, I'm going to be left here with 0.05t. Now, if I minus 5 to both sides, that'll leave me with 5 over here. And if I divide both sides by 0.05, I'm going to be left with t is less than 5 divided by 0.05 equals 100. Okay? Alrighty. Now for part E. Explain what your solution above in 2D means in the context of the given situation. Well, it means that in plan A will be cheaper than plan B if you send less than 100 messages. Let's just write that down. Plan A will be than plan B if you send less than 100 texts. Okay? Okay, for problem F. If a customer estimated they would send about 200 texts per month, which plan, A or B, should she choose? Explain why you decided that plan would be best. So let's read it again. It's not a simple question. Okay. If a customer estimated they would send about 200 texts per month, which plan A or plan B, should she choose? Okay. So we would use the function plan A. Plan A would be, if we substitute 200 in for t, I believe that's the way it is, 200. Now let's solve for that, okay? Excuse me. Now this one here would be 0.10 times 200 would be 20. plus 5 equals a grand total of 25. Okay. And let's solve for plan B now. Plan B, 200 equals 0.05 t, which is 200 plus 10. So 0.05 times 200 is 10. Gives you a grand total of 20. So the answer is plan B. Plan B is more expensive. If you send less than 100 messages, texts, or less than 100 texts. So what we did here was we went back into the functions right here, A and B. We substituted the 200 texts into both of them, 200 into both of them. And we came out with a final conclusion that plan A, you will be able to send 25 texts, 200 texts, $25. Wait a minute. Okay. So plan B is more expensive. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. Excuse me. This is 200 texts. And this is plan A. Got a little confused with the 100 texts and the 200 texts. I'm sorry. So when you do the 200 texts, plan A is more expensive. Okay? Plan A is more expensive. Comes out to $25 instead of $20. So when you're sending 100 texts, plan A would be cheaper. If you send up to 200 texts, plan A is more expensive. See the difference? Okay. Sorry about that confusion. Moving on to G. So in the context of the given situation, explain what inequality A of t, the cost of plan A, is less than the cost of plan B is really asking. What is it really asking? Basically, it's this, like right here. It's asking this. That's almost the same question right there. I'm not sure why they're asking the same question. So the answer would be, how many text messages can be sent so that plan A is cheaper than plan B? It's the same answer as this right here. How many text messages can be sent so that plan A is cheaper than plan B? I'm not sure why they're asking the same question right here. It'll be the same answer. So when you see in the exam, they're asking, in the context of the given situation, what is this really asking? Well, you have to answer the question in that particular context. Okay. Moving on to H. Kyla's parents said that they would pay at most $20 per month for a texting plan. If her parents selected plan A, how many texts can she send without going past the $20 limit? Set up and solve an inequality using the function you created for plan A. Okay, let's do that. We're going to use the function right here. A of t. You see that? We go back to here, the original function. Okay, we're going to use that. What is it? 0.10t plus 5. Now the t is what we don't know, the number of texts. That's what we want to solve for. Now we have to spend not more than $20 per month. So this inequality is going to be using the less than or equal to sign because it's not more than $20. So it can be equal $20 or less, which is the same as less than or equal to $20. Okay. Now we're going to simply solve for t. Get rid of the 5, minus 5 to both sides. There we go. That'll be 15. Divide both sides by 0.10. There's no negative, so the sign stays the same direction. And we come out with t is less than or equal to 100. Okay. All right. Okay, I hope you got that. Okay, we're going to be moving on. Any other questions? Any other questions? So just let me pan over with the camera all this that I have on these two pages, on page 34 and 35, just in case you may have missed getting some of this down in class and in this video, okay? Let's go. Okay. I hope you got that. That was done in class right there. This part here, part 2, that also was done in class, but we just wrote it out in the book here. This afternoon, we have done this section, page 35. Hope you can get a snapshot of that if you didn't already get it. Coming down here to the bottom of the page 35, okay? I hope that's clear. We're going to move on to the next page. Now the next page is going to be slightly easier, so you can take a little breath of oxygen now, okay? It'll be a little bit simpler. Okay, let's try it now, okay? A new company offers customers the opportunity to watch TV shows on their computer or tablet or smartphone. The company has two plans that customers choose from. Plan A, join as a premier member where you pay a monthly of $14 membership fee plus $2 for each TV show you watch. Plan B, join as a regular member, which has no membership fee but charges you $5 for each TV show you watch. Okay, now we have Netflix, so it's like way cheaper than these plans. But anyway, back in the day, when Netflix was like 2 years old, this is what we had to do, okay? But now you got Netflix, is way better payment plan that you can subscribe to, right? Okay. Just want to keep relevant, okay? Want to keep current. What is the question? Determine how many TV shows you need to watch in order for the premier membership to be the better bargain. Okay? So we got plan A. Okay, how are we going to write plan A? How are we going to write plan A? Plan A. Let's call it A of X, the cost. Plan A. $14 membership, a one-time membership. From there, it goes up by $2 per show. $2 per show, that is telling me that is the slope. And the monthly membership, this is cost per month. That is your y-intercept. How about plan B? Plan B, no membership fee. So you don't have a y-intercept, but charges $5 for each TV show you watch. I'm sorry, the y-intercept may be 0. Okay, sorry about that. Who knows? Let's see. $5 for each TV show that you watch. Okay. Okay, I think that's correct. Now these are just costs per month, okay? Cost per month. So determine how many TV shows you need to watch in order for the premier membership, which is plan A, to be a better bargain than plan B. So this plan A would be cheaper than plan B. That would mean plan A is the better bargain. So we're going to set up these not functions of two systems of inequalities, okay? Here we go. We're going to take the function of plan A, 2x plus 14. What did we say? We wanted it to be cheaper, so it's the better buy, the better bargain. So cheaper meaning less than, right? So that is less than plan B, which is 5x, right there. Solve for x. How do I get rid of that 14? I'll minus 14 to both sides of this inequality. That'll leave us with 2x is less than 5x minus 14. Okay. This is kind of cumbersome, I see. Wow, it is kind of cumbersome. Okay. Now, to get the 5x over to this side, I'm going to have to minus 5x to both sides. Minus 5x over there, that turns out to 0. Be left with negative 14. On this side, minus 5x, so I'm going to minus 3x is less than negative 14. Now, we're still not done yet. We have to get rid of that negative 3. We're going to divide by negative 3 to both sides. I'm going to start up here. When I do that, on this end, I'm going to have negative 3 over negative 3, which is going to be 1. Leaves us with x, right? Whenever I multiply by a negative number or divide by a negative number, changes the sign. Okay, let's do that. Changes the sign, direction. Okay. So that is our x. The x represents the number of shows you can watch and still have plan A be cheaper. Okay. So how many can you watch? Well, if x is if that was 15, it would be 5. X is greater than 5. Okay. So you can watch 5 shows Oh yeah, okay. X is greater than that, so yeah. So you can watch 5 shows or more. X is greater than 14. And if it was 15 over 3, it would be 5 shows exactly. But this is greater than this, so you can watch 5 shows or more in a month. So as you can see, these questions are quite comprehensive in that you need to read it carefully. You need to plan out your functions. You need to set up your inequality. And when you get your solution, you need to know exactly what it means. So in this case, this inequality says you can watch up to 5 shows, because this would be 5 or more. Not 4. That can't be 4 because this would be 12 point something, and 12 point something is, oh yeah, it's going to be greater than 4. So this cannot be 4. This is going to be 5 or more. Anyway, take a look at that. Go over it in your head, exactly what we did, and see if you can make sense out of it, okay? You're going to probably see problems like this tomorrow on that exam, okay? Now let's go over the last one. Remember, you guys better be studying at least 2 hours. If you don't, then you might not get the grade that you're looking for, and I cannot help you with that. You have to do your part. You know I'm doing my part for you guys, okay? So let's all work hard together. Okay, number 4, Dustin wants to start taking yoga classes. Okay? That's what he wants to do, yoga classes. It's a popular thing amongst young people. He does some research and is trying to decide between 2 yoga studios. Laulea Yoga Studio charges a monthly membership fee of $30 plus $3 per class that you attend. Waipahu Yoga School charges a monthly fee of $12 plus $5 per class that you attend. Make a recommendation to Dustin regarding which yoga studio would be cheaper and justify your answer. Okay, first thing we need to do is write out the functions. Laulea, let's call the L and the cost per class. Okay. $3 per class. $30 membership fee. $3 per class. $30 membership fee. So before you even take one class, you're going to pay that $30. More classes you take, going to cost you $3 more per class. Okay. What about Waipahu? Let's call it W. In Waipahu's case, it's $5 per class. That is the slope. And you start at 12. That's your y-intercept. That's where you start. These are your two of your y-intercepts. Okay, now we have to set up our inequality. Okay, let's try this. When LC is less than WC. Okay. We're going to say something is less than something for this to make sense to us. So we'll just use Laulea when it's less than Waipahu. We'll see what happens, okay? Substitute the function value for LC and the value for WC. Okay, let's do that. Okay, everybody clear with that so far? Take a look at what we did. We just substituted LC value, put it right there. It's less than WC, which is right there. Put it right there. Okay, so for C, we got okay, but subtract 5C to both sides, I'll end up with minus 2C over on this side. Subtract 30 to both sides, I'll end up with minus 18, is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got a negative sign there, and I want to change it, so divide by negative 2 to both sides, and change the direction. Divide negative 2 to both sides, this turns to 9. So, let's see if we can make sense out of this. At 9 classes, Laulea Studio would be cheaper if he attends more than 9 classes per month. However, if he only plans to attend 8 classes or less, then Waipahu Studio might be cheaper. Okay? Do you guys see that? When C is greater than 9, that is when Laulea is cheaper than Waipahu. I just arranged it. I put that C is greater than 9 there. This, I just put it there. So you can see when you have more than 9 classes, Laulea is cheaper than Waipahu. Okay? That's the end of the question. That's the end of the answer. Simple as that. This is page 36. You're responsible for everything in the first 36 pages of this book number 2. Okay? Period 6, period 7 are both taking the test tomorrow. Remember, at least 2 hours I would recommend. If you're not clear on much of this stuff, study at least 2 hours and you should do fine on the test. If you don't, you might not like the grade that you're going to get. So that is my advice. Signing out. I hear the cookie frogs. That means it's getting late. So hope you guys study hard. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Good night.